Noble here. Welcome back to another one. Today we're going to talk about Clubland Hull on Friday. We're going to do a quick little aftermath, and then I'm going to explain a little bit about what's going to be happening going forward, because I'm going to make quite a few changes going forward to myself as an artist, to my YouTube, to my social medias. And the change has already started. The change has already kind of come into play. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that. And there is going to be less of these streams. We're going to be not doing these as often as I normally do them. However, I am going to be doing more videos. I'm going to be doing more editing. I'm going to be doing loads more cool things. We'll get into that. I am still going to live stream. I'm just not going to do it as much. And I'm not going to live stream about every single gig, because that's going to change, and that's going to turn into kind of more like videos and vlogs, which I've been rolling a couple out, and I've just put one up today from this weekend that's just gone. So there's going to be lots of changes. And there is also going to be changes into my music as well. So you'll notice we've had a new release come out, and it's completely different to just doing like a donk bootleg. So I'm going to be talking a lot more about what's going to be happening as we progress further. And the grind is going to not stop. So I'm looking forward to it. So we'll talk about Friday, because Friday was one of the best experiences of my DJ career, being booked to play for the official Clubland. I mean, I've said this, but, you know, I collected these CDs when I was growing up. I collected these Clubland CDs. You can see inside all the numbered Clublands that went up from Clubland 1 all the way up to, I believe, around Clubland 30 nearly. And it's just crazy, you know, that I got put on a lineup, you know, to play alongside, obviously, you know, these, you know, some of these legends that were a big part of these albums in the noughties. So Clubland came to the street party, and it was really, really good to see. I was absolutely buzzed for it. Myself and the Layman, we did a set at midnight for the after party, and it went off. It really, really went off. Now, it was a really, really good vibe to play outside in the courtyard, to supply Clubland music, to really, really capture something special with, you know, with a moment and memories. Big ups, people. And it was really enjoyable thing to do. We played loads of sing-alongs, as you'll see if you go and watch the vlog that I've uploaded. I've uploaded a vlog documenting the whole weekend, and I recommend that you go and check it out. Go and watch the vlog, and you'll see exactly how the whole weekend went down. But we played loads of sing-alongs on stage. So I found a remix of Queen, We Will Rock You. I played that. We did things like, played like I'm Sorry. You know, so that was another sort of like big one that we played. You know, I can see my whole world changing. And it was a mashup with Alice DJ, Better Off Alone. That was a really, really good one. I really, really enjoy playing that one. And it's a really, really fun one to play. And yeah, just had such an amazing time. And it was really, really good to be on stage and to do that. And I was very grateful for the booking. And the rest of the night was really good as well. There was some really good sets from the likes of Ultra B, Ian Vandal, Fragma. Some absolutely amazing sort of gigs, really, that were really, really good to see. And I just really, really enjoyed myself. Flip and Phil played a blinder of a set. And it was really good to see people. Really, really good. And the hosting, the MCing, that was all on point. And I just had like a really fun time in general. There was one really downside to the whole event for me, And I'm not going to go too much into detail, but it was a certain person, and the certain person annoyed me even before the gig had started. And one thing I'm really, really not a fan of is people that think they're better than themselves, and people that try to run a show when they're not running a show, and people that try to make out that somebody else is stupid, and try to make out that somebody else wouldn't know what they were doing. And basically somebody who was playing on the lineup for the gig, and was playing was opening the whole thing, decided for whatever reason that he really needed to know what I was playing. What I was going to play in my set was apparently really important to this person. And I was doing a live on TikTok on Thursday morning, and I was playing some Clubland because I was excited. I was hyping up the gig. And this person never speaks to me, never comes into a live stream, never supports anything that I've ever done, never likes or shares any post, never speaks to me, but for whatever reason decided to pop into my live and start trying to tell me what I should and shouldn't be playing at this gig. And you can't play an Ultra Beat tune if Ultra Beat's going to be playing the gig. Like, you can't go playing all the big ones. And obviously I've been DJing a good 4 years now. I know that if you're playing an event where Ultra Beat's going to headline, you're not going to play Pretty Green Eyes, because that's just not something that you do. However, I was playing the after party. So when I was playing the after party, all the main people had gone, which meant that I did have free reign to play a little bit more than I would have done, say, if I was playing at the same time as Ultra Beat on a different stage, right? But anyway, the point is, this guy was commenting on this live, and he was really like, you can't play this, and you can't do this, and you can't do that. And he really, really, really aggravated me, because, I just thought, you know what? It's not your show, it's not your gig. You aren't controlling the set that I'm playing. And I didn't tell him what I was playing, and he left the live. And then all the way while we was at the gig on Friday, he was trying to find out what I was playing, and he kept asking what I was going to play, and he was asking the layman who was hosting me, what's Noble going to be playing. And we were just like, we're gonna, we're gonna wing it, we're gonna smash it. We didn't tell him what we was gonna play. And anyway, at one point, somebody called me over and wanted to talk to me, and it was just behind the barrier near the main stage. And anyway, I walked through the barrier and went round, because I thought, you know what, I'm an artist, I'm booked, that shouldn't be an issue. I shouldn't have walked past the front of the stage. That was my mistake, I realised that. I went to the side, and anyway, he decided to take it upon himself, that he was going to grab me by the shoulder, shout at me and tell me that I shouldn't be there, and throw me to the other side of the railing, which I thought was a little bit like, I haven't gone onto the stage, I haven't got in the way of the person who's DJing, I'm booked on the lineup, I'm booked for the gig. I was stood to the side of the railing, talking to somebody. I wasn't in the way of the stage. The only wrong thing I did was, when I entered, was I walked past the front of the stage. And anyway, he decided to take it upon himself to throw me out, like he was running the show. Now, I do understand that he was managing the stage for the people who were, like Clubland, who had put on the main stage. So I understand that, but it was like the way he did it. And it was the way he did it. If he'd have just spoke to me nicely about it and said, look, I'm managing the stage, you're not supposed to be here, it's only people that are playing on the main stage that can stand here, would you mind please leaving? Then I would have been, everything would have been fine and cool. I genuinely didn't know one of the DJs that was playing on that stage wanted to speak to me. I got called over, so I went over, and it was just the way I was spoken to. It was the way he shouted in my face. It was the way it was like, go on, go, like really, like you have to go, like right this second. And it was really arrogant about it, and it's not the way to be. And a lot of people in the crowd saw what he did, and they weren't overly keen on what he did. And it's not the way you do things. Like, if it had been me, I was managing that stage, and I'd been told that, like, only people that are playing on this stage are allowed behind that barrier, and one of the other artists had come in, I would have just been a bit more nice. I would have been nicer about it. I would have said, look, unfortunately, it's only the artists playing on this stage that are allowed to stand behind the barrier. It's just what I've been told. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to ask you to. But it was the arrogance about it. But apart from that, and my bag broke because I had to squeeze down the side of a lamppost to quickly get out without going back past the front of the stage. My bag broke, and yeah, I was a little bit annoyed. But apart from that, we had a really, really good time. I wasn't going to let that get me down. But people that just think they're running the show, like, yeah, all right, he might have been managing the stage, but it was the way he was acting, like, manage the stage, but it's not your stage, you're helping to manage it, you don't own it. And the way he was taught, almost like it was his event. And it just really, really, the whole attitude was just annoying. But I hold my hands up to walking past the front of the stage. I got called through the barriers. I didn't I didn't know there was another way to go around. I just obviously, got called. I just thought, well, I'll just have to quickly, like, take a dive there. And then I'm just stood there talking, and then the next minute, boom, But there we go. But apart from that, set went really, really well. I was proper excited. Have I seen the new cola coming out? I haven't, no. But yeah, watch the vlog. You'll see the whole weekend. Really, really good. So, changes then. Changes. I needed to make some changes. Some things they needed to change. That was the whole dealio. So last year we had a really, really, really good year. We had a really, really busy year. And the year was really good. Played loads of gigs, had absolutely amazing amounts of fun. And, it was a year that I certainly won't forget. Then we came to 2025. And a few things happened, I had a few deaths in the family, a few things didn't go to plan, a computer broke, my Google account got hacked, and I just went into a little bit of almost like a little bit like a can't be arsed mode, and I really kind of just lacked on kind of like self, like, the way I look, the way I dress. I just really got to the point where, like, I wasn't really asked, and I got to the point where I just, like, I'd go ages without getting a haircut. I was just really not feeling it, but I still wanted to do gigs, but I just wasn't putting the effort in to look nice at the gigs, and I wasn't really being that good on my socials. I was, not really doing too much on my socials. And then it was kind of like, well, look, like, things have changed. Why have they changed? Let's assess why they've changed, and let's try and sort it. So I decided that it was time to kind of ramp up the image a little bit. So the haircut, I'm going to kind of keep a hairstyle sort of somewhat similar to this. My DJing style, as you'll see in the video when I'm DJing, I've got the little button shirt, and then the t-shirt normally goes underneath it, so that's going to kind of be the DJ style. And then recording the vlogs and things, they're going to be a little bit more of a sort of like thing. And when tracks are coming out, the promotion, the whole what I'm posting, the way I'm posting, the way things are titled, everything is all going to change on socials. And not only that, the type of DJing that I'm doing is also going to change. So, like, lately I do a lot more Clublandy sets, so they're a lot more like you don't really do like really big long mixes. and you play a lot of sing-alongs, and you play like remixes of like really well-known cheesy stuff, and you just get the best crowd interaction. So I'm going to be trying to do a lot more of that, as opposed to like playing, let's play a donk gig, or let's play a hardcore gig. Still going to do that, but it's just I'm going to try and push myself more to play kind of like the more cheesy commercial stuff. And even if I get a kind of like gig to play like a bounce night, I still might try and take it a little more on the sing-along commercial level. So like in about I think it's in about 3-4 weeks I'm playing in Scotland, and I know if I play at this club, I know that I can get a really good crowd interaction if I go with like some like really cheesy sing-alongs. And I've got a like really good idea and really good vibe of what I want to play at the gig. So like that is like pretty much like the score of what I'm gonna do, and that's the kind of style and the vibe that I want to take my kind of like DJing journey on, and I want to try and do some of these like bigger styled gigs, festivals, and just try and push myself a little bit more to do that. So we're having kind of like a big revamp and everything. Like I'm going to document and vlog things, and we're working on a lot more original music as well, because I'm trying to push myself into the bigger light of like Spotify, Amazon. If I'm doing a remix, I'm more than likely just going to do it for the purpose of like playing it in a set, as opposed to like, oh look, I'm just making remixes all the time. So I'll make a lot of remixes. You probably won't hear about them, but then you'll hear them in a set somewhere, and you might not even know they're mine. And that's the score. Original music, you'll see little teasers. We're in the studio, and then they'll be like, right, there's a new release coming out, and you'll see like a whole load of like hammered promotion on social medias, whether that be me making a video to say, hey look, I'm playing at this gig, and then the new release is just quietly playing in the background to me, vlogging a weekend, and then there's some time lapses, and one of the new tracks is playing on the time lapse. So there's going to be loads of changes. I'm looking forward to it, because it feels almost like it's almost like it's a little bit of a fresh start, and I'm having so much fun like putting these little vlogs together. I'm having so much fun like having pictures taken and actually looking nice in the pictures. Having artist pictures done is like a really, really, really good thing, and it's an enjoyable kind of time. It's an enjoyable moment that I can't wait to hopefully have more of. So with that being said, that's a little update, that's a little insight. Clubland was wicked. Watch the vlog, Feeling Your Heartbeat. It's on all streaming platforms. Search it in, Layman and Noble, Feeling Your Heartbeat. And have a good day, people. Let's go.